The origins of Hollywood. Hollywood, the world's entertainment capital, began as a quiet agricultural community before transforming into the epicenter of the film industry. Its journey to becoming the home of the silver screen is a story of innovation, ambition, and a confluence of creative visionaries. In the late 1800s, Hollywood was little more than a small, rustic village in Southern California. Founded in 1887, it became part of the city of Los Angeles in 1910. However, the seeds of the film industry were sown a few years earlier, when filmmakers started looking for new places to shoot. The area's sunny weather and varied landscapes made it an ideal location for year-round filming, a significant factor given that early film cameras required good natural lighting. This made California, and Hollywood in particular, attractive to filmmakers fleeing the East Coast, where unpredictable weather and patent wars plagued early film production. At the time, Thomas Edison and his Motion Picture Patents Company, MPPC, in New Jersey, held many of the key patents for filmmaking equipment. Filmmakers found themselves constantly at odds with Edison's group, which sought to control the film industry by monopolizing production, distribution, and exhibition. Many independent filmmakers fled to California, where they could avoid legal trouble and patent enforcement due to the distance from Edison's stronghold. This migration of talent was a crucial moment in the birth of Hollywood as a filmmaking hub. The first studio to be established in Hollywood was Nestor Film Company, founded in 1911 by Al Christie. Over time, other studios emerged, including Universal Pictures, founded in 1912, Paramount Pictures 1912, and Warner Brothers 1923. These studios would dominate the early years of Hollywood and lay the foundation for what would become the studio system, a vertically integrated structure where studios controlled every aspect of filmmaking: production, distribution, and exhibition. The early 1910s saw the birth of silent films, which were short and experimental, but quickly grew in popularity. Directors such as D.W. Griffith pushed the boundaries of storytelling, with Griffith's 1915 film The Birth of a Nation being an important, though controversial, landmark in cinematic history. Its use of large-scale battle scenes, sophisticated editing, and close-up shots showcased the potential of film as an art form, solidifying Hollywood's position as a leader in the industry. By the 1920s, Hollywood was synonymous with cinema, and it became the global center for filmmaking. The introduction of the studio system saw major studios like MGM, Paramount, 20th Century Fox, Warner Brothers, and RKO take control of the industry, signing actors, directors, and writers to exclusive contracts. These studios had immense power, dictating every aspect of a film's production, from casting to post-production. The system also allowed for efficient and consistent output, with films being churned out at an unprecedented pace. During this period, film genres began to take shape, including comedies, westerns, and romances. Silent film stars such as Charlie Chaplin, Buster Keaton, and Mary Pickford became household names. Hollywood films became known worldwide for their production value, spectacle, and star power, and by the late 1920s, sound was introduced, revolutionizing the film industry once again. The arrival of talkies in 1927, beginning with The Jazz Singer, marked the end of the silent film era and launched Hollywood into a new age. The introduction of synchronized sound not only changed the way films were made, but also allowed for more complex storytelling. Actors had to adapt to the new technology, and many silent-era stars struggled to transition. But a new generation of talent rose to the challenge, cementing Hollywood's dominance. The 1930s and 1940s are often referred to as the golden age of Hollywood. This was a time of immense creativity, glamour, and growth in the film industry. Iconic films such as Gone with the Wind, 1939, The Wizard of Oz, 1939, and Casablanca, 1942, were produced during this era, with larger-than-life stars like Clark Gable, Judy Garland, and Humphrey Bogart captivating audiences. During this time, the Big Five studios, MGM, Paramount, Warner Brothers, 20th Century Fox, and RKO, controlled the majority of Hollywood's output. They owned both the production and distribution networks, as well as the theaters where films were shown, creating an oligopoly that defined the industry. Hollywood became a well-oiled machine, creating a constant stream of films that reflected the social and political climate of the time, including escapist fantasies during the Great Depression and patriotic war films during World War II. The end of World War II brought significant changes to Hollywood. The 1948 U.S. Supreme Court decision in United States versus Paramount Pictures, Inc., also known as the Paramount Decree, ended the practice of studios owning theaters, which effectively dismantled the studio system. This led to the rise of independent filmmaking and gave more creative freedom to directors and producers outside the studio structure. The 1950s also saw the rise of television, which began to compete with film as a dominant form of entertainment. Hollywood responded by producing larger, more extravagant films to lure audiences back into theaters. CinemaScope, Technicolor, and other innovations were introduced to create immersive experiences that could not be replicated at home. The 1960s and 1970s saw the emergence of a new wave of filmmakers who revolutionized Hollywood. Directors like Martin Scorsese, Steven Spielberg, George Lucas, and Francis Ford Coppola introduced a more personal, auteur-driven style of filmmaking. Their films such as Jaws 1975, Star Wars 1977, and The Godfather 1972 became massive hits and defined a new era of blockbuster filmmaking. In the 1980s and 1990s, Hollywood became more corporatized, with large media conglomerates buying up studios. Films grew in scale and ambition, with special effects and franchises dominating the box office. The rise of digital technology and the internet in the 2000s further transformed the industry, allowing for even more spectacular visual effects and global distribution. Today, Hollywood remains the world's foremost center of filmmaking, though it faces increasing competition from international markets and new forms of media like streaming services. Netflix, Amazon, and other platforms have disrupted traditional filmmaking models, allowing for more diverse voices and stories. Hollywood, however, continues to adapt, proving its resilience and continuing its century-long journey of captivating audiences on the silver screen. Hollywood's transformation from a small agricultural community to a symbol of global entertainment is a testament to the creativity and innovation that define the film industry. Despite technological shifts and cultural changes, it remains an iconic beacon of storytelling and cinematic magic.
Thank you for listening to History Videos 101. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us for more fascinating content.